Okay, Vasil, we are live. Welcome to this live stream where we will focus on the digital asset management capabilities of Crystallize with focus on what we call the asset organizer. With me today, I have Vasil, which is front-end lead at Crystallize, and he will be walking you through some of the capabilities.
Yeah, hey everyone.
Let me see here. Okay, so if we start at the top in terms of asset organizer and what the point is, it's kind of the holy grail of being able to upload an image once and reuse it in every context. That's kind of what we're talking about. And what you're seeing on the screen now is Vasil sharing the basically the main view of the asset organizer, the listing of all assets. And what you can do basically is to click on any of the assets. I don't know if you have a good one, maybe the Lime or something like this, or this car that has some configuration, for example. And here, what you see on the actual asset is a couple of things. Of course, you see the actual picture, and the other capabilities here are basically the alt text and caption, which is translatable, right?
Yeah, we can here change the language, just that in this standard we have just one language defined, but once we change the language, of course, we can provide the out and the caption in different languages for this image.
And also I see that you have the topics there.
Yeah. So I
what's
think
that for?
This is another feature that we will cover a bit more in details later, but the idea is that we can assign specific topics to an image. So this will help us to classify and kind of group the images in different areas. And then we can use these topics for that. And here, for example, I scroll at the bottom, I can see also other images which are having the same topic. So then it's kind of easy to get what goes into this group of images.
And then if you want sneakers there, you can actually view all directly just by clicking right on
yes,
on the topics there. Yeah. So this is kind of filtered view of the all black images in this case, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And if and of course you have the filtering on top there, which is we'll demo with the topics. Yeah. It's quite nice. And of course, if you go to an image, one thing is to upload it and have it in Crystallize, but you want to reuse it, right? So what are the possibilities of actually delivering the images?
Yeah, so one very interesting thing about images in Crystallize is that once we upload the image, what we will do, like behind the scenes, so you will never see it, right? Is that we'll transcode this image into a lot of different formats. So if you upload, let's say, in JPEG format, then we will transcode it in AVIF, in WebP, in all these modern formats that minimize the size of the image, but still keep the same quality. So behind the scenes, we will transcode this. We will make different formats for you, and then all of this will be made available for you on the edge, on the CDN, where when you request the image, you get it right away in the format that you want. And this really helps for actually building responsive applications, because we can render different formats, and depends on also what the browser supports, different formats, different sizes, and so on.
And of course, since this is on CDN, I can basically use it directly in production. So it's already globally distributed. It is fast, and you can just hit any amount of traffic on it. What if I want to just have an image that I want to use in a PowerPoint presentation or things like this? What would the approach be then?
So what we can do here, and this is quite often actually a case, for example, where we have like an image that we want also to share on the social networks, but for that we often require like a small format of the image, right? So we don't want the big image with a lot of pixels and a big size to share that. So what we can do here, we have the option to download it. So you see this button here at the top that says download. So if I click on the drop down here, then I see all the different sizes and formats that we auto-generated for you, like once you upload the image on the background. And then from here, we just need to specify what size we want. These are some predefined sizes. And then choose the format, and then we can download the image right away from this view.
Nice. And you also had a copy link, and this link is actually something you can use directly because it will be served directly from the CDN. If you copy the link and want to use it, if you can use embedded image somewhere.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's the case for you upload. It's available on CDN. It's scaled and converted, and I can download it, use it in my offline media like presentations, or upload to Instagram or what have you. But what if you're building an app or a web shop? Basically, what I'm hinting to is, can you fetch this via the APIs?
Oh, yes. In that case, yes, of course. Sorry, I was like thinking in a different direction. Yes, so when it comes to apps, of course, we would like to make a request and get all these different variants, the URLs for these variants, right? And what we can do here, for example, I have like a simple query that we can query our backend and ask for the image and ask for all the variants. So I'll just click here, and you see immediately we got all the responses. Here at the top, I have the original image, and that's, as I said, in JPEG format. But then what we'll do here behind the scenes, as I said, we'll generate all these variants where we have different sizes and we have different formats. So when you are building an app, as you said, so the easiest way is just to get all these variants, build a responsive image using source set, the picture tag, the source set with different formats and different sizes, and then just let the browser handle what's the perfect format and size to render on the screen, which is as simple as that.
Yeah, ideal for source set, basically image source sets. And I think I added a link below to a blog post that Vasil and I think Vasil and Håkon wrote on how to kind of use this to get the responsive images. So there's some code there you can cut and paste and play with. Okay, so that's the overall view of how you can deliver the images, use them for different channels. But what if I want to add some images? What do I do then?
Yeah. So in the asset organizer itself is kind of the one single place where if you upload images through the catalog, through different items, they will all appear here in the asset organizer. So what we can do here, we can upload images directly straight into the asset organizer and later reuse them in our products, or we can upload them from the products and then view them in the asset organizer. So let me show you here. I have a few pictures that I'll add now. I guess you're not going to see that, but I'll just drop them over here on my screen. So you see here, I added these two new images that they're just uploading now. We see the progress. So once the images are uploaded, they're now available and we can use them. So if I click on this one over here, you see that this is the image that we just uploaded. Right now, it doesn't have any additional information because it's brand new, but what we can start doing from here, so once we upload it, we can start adding like alt text, for example, red car, we can add capture, and all the information that we need, and then we can save it. So later when we reuse this image, all this meta information like alt text and caption, now that will be already set, and then we don't need to care about it again. So we do it once, we just use it everywhere.
And this is nice. And now an important point when you add images, as I said, you can either, when you create a product, you can upload it, or you can upload directly to the asset organizer. But it's to create some sort of organization, some order in this. And this is what we use the topic maps for. So maybe we can take a look at a couple of different.
So for organizing images or products, these topic maps, they have like really broad, it can be used in many different ways. But what we can do here for the assets, as Board said, is that we can create a topic map. In this case, what I'm showing here on my screen is a topic map about material. And then we have different types of this material, which is synthetic, natural, and then each of them can have like a subcategories of cotton, nylon, as you can see, wood, and plastic, it's synthetic. And then we can use these topics that we added here for our assets also, so we can organize them in a way that they have all common characteristics. They can match like a certain topic.
And this is typically you create different dimensions. So one could be color, describing the different colors, material, and also things like we added here. It could be specific for types of shoes or photography type, or very semantic specific description of what we are trying to categorize here. So basically, it's a topic organizer that allows you to assign meaning to both products and assets in Crystallize. So let's add some meaning to the newly uploaded pictures.
Yeah. So I will go to this car over here, and what we can do, we can add a topic. We can assign the topic to this image from the asset view over here, or we can also do it from this view where we have all the assets. Let's say I want to assign this to multiple assets at the same time. So what I can do, I can click here on the select button, and then I can select the images that I want to assign a topic. So I'm going to assign a topic of a black car. So I'll just choose those. I choose these 3 cars, and then here from the bottom, I will write black color, and then I'll attach that topic to the 3 images. So now if I go to the view of this asset, you see that the topic is already attached to this image. And if I scroll down, I see also other images which are sharing the same topic.
And of course, now you said that this image is black. We don't know what it's from. So you could also add multiple topics, which is kind of how you narrow down the meaning. So like this is it 3/4 front picture, maybe almost?
Okay, yeah, 3 front, yeah.
It's kind of, it's not totally correct, but let's pretend. And we can say that it's a car. Did we add a topic for that? No, I don't think we did.
Yeah, we didn't have that. But the idea is that we can assign multiple topics to a single asset.
Okay, now this allows us to basically organize the assets, and you can see also other assets with similar topics. So it's the better you categorize your assets, the more user or more use cases you get there, and the easier it is to navigate, right? Yeah. One of the things that maybe if you find, if you scroll down to one of the bike, or you can search for a bike.
Okay, let me search actually for bike, because that's going to make it much easier.
And maybe yellow bike. And because here you see also the references. This is an important point, because this asset is now being used in 2 different products. So you can see where the images actually have been used.
Yeah. So and you can navigate to that product just by clicking on the reference over here.
Yeah. So that's quite useful. And what if we now want to add a little bit more information to an image? Let's say if you search for, I don't think it's tagged actually, you click away bikes and take the image with the guy on the mountain there. Yeah. Because this is a interesting picture where you have the subject matter is not focused on the center of the image, right? You often have, more to the side. Yeah. So what if I would like to be able to use this in a responsive manner, but make sure that I always see the person?
Yeah. So what you can do in this case is actually we can add focal points to the image. And this is, so I can do that here in the UI. As you can see here, we have this toggle that says show focal point. And what is the focal point is that it tells the person who's like the developer who's going to render this image on an application or somewhere where should be kind of the focus for this image when the image is like either cropped or or resized due to the responsive screen. Or if you want to say that this is actually the most important part of the picture, so it's not in the middle of the picture, it's like we are used to be, but it's like somewhere on the side, then we can assign this focal point from the UI here. And there are like a few ways that you can set it. First, you can drag and drop it and say, yes, I want this person here to be the focal point, or you can move the coordinates, X and Y, or just the exact percentage of depends where the focal point you want to be. Yeah, and that gives this power of actually rendering this in a responsive manner as well.
Yeah, and an example could be if you're showing a square photo on a landing page and you want to have a cropped square, whereas when you click on the image you want to see the full, so then you can just show the right part of the image. That's the thinking with the focal points. Quite useful. And while we're here, we can also show the metadata, because you're able to actually add custom information to any of the assets. And this is basically a key value store. In my opinion, this is super useful, especially if you're doing API import. So you're importing from another source and you're adding information about, it could be as simple as a ID in a remote system, for example, or other information you want to store. It could be copyright information, etc. So it's useful to add multiple free-form fields to any of the assets. So that's super useful. And again, I find it especially when you're doing integrations and mapping different systems there. But okay. I think I would like to see how I actually can use the images, because I see something when you're hovering, and maybe we can address that first. So if you're hovering on some images.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where the kind of the nice part about the asset organizer comes. So once we have all the images that we need uploaded and tagged with the right tag, grouped and out and capture and all that added. So now it's actually the time to start using those images, right? And kind of one of the main idea behind the asset organizer is that we actually want to reuse images, because we don't want to just every time when we need an image to upload a new one, and then you forget where was that on your computer, or it was deleted or something, and then you cannot really find it. So the way that we can use images, one of the ways that we can use images from the asset organizer is to use the lightbox feature. So when you hover any image through the Crystallize, not even in the asset organizer, but somewhere in the catalog or like in different places, you get to see this small icon here that says Add to Lightbox. So I'll just go ahead and click that for a few images.
Yeah, that's super useful.
Yeah, and then actually what you see here, that at the bottom we are just adding more images to the Lightbox. And what is the Lightbox is just this one place where you can drag a few images that you'll be using the most, or like the most important images that you want to have them like everywhere when you navigate between different products or different variants. It doesn't matter. You can just have these images like close to you, and then you can just use them.
Nice.
So I added already a few images here to the Lightbox. Maybe we can now show how to use them.
Yeah, let's add it to a product, for example.
Yeah, let me add a few more here, like a few bicycles. Cool. Okay, so I added 8 images here to the Lightbox. So if I go to the catalog, and then I choose this product, Speed 1, the bicycle over here. You see here that we have different paragraphs here that I would like to add images actually. So they're not just a text, but they have some images. So what we can do here, we can open the Lightbox, all these images that I selected from the asset organizer. And I say I want these 3 images. So here, actually, I can use the well-known dragging and highlighting the assets that you want, or you can use even click on an image and then keep the shift key and then keep the other one, then you select everything in between. Or you can click image and then control and then different commands, and then you can select just particular images, like not all of them at the same time. Cool. So I will select these 3 images here at the bottom, and I just drag and drop. So what happens here, as you can see, is that all the 3 images from the asset organizer are already used in this product. I just drag and drop them.
That's nice. And this is, of course, then creating a reference to the images. It's not duplicating the images at all. And I notice also when you hover on the images there, I still see the button to add to Lightbox there. That's quite neat.
Yeah. So if you're in a product and you want to share this particular image or on a variant with a different variant, you can just click here, add it to the Lightbox, and then navigate to the other variant and just use it there. So it doesn't need to be always from the Lightbox.
And you can even scroll up then to the top. I think there's some images you don't have in the Lightbox, just to show, because everywhere in Crystallize where you see an image, you get the Lightbox icon. So I think the green one there is not in the Lightbox.
Yeah. And it appears here at the bottom. Yes.
So it's really quick to add for whenever you have an image, you just click on it and it's added to the Lightbox, and you can then navigate to somewhere else and reuse it. You don't have to search for an image and navigate to it if you want to have it in the Lightbox.
Yeah.
But you can search for images. So if you now want to, let's say you have a big catalog and you know that you want some yellow bikes, what would the approach be then?
Okay, so in that case where we don't have the image that we need in the Lightbox right away, what we can do, if we're in the catalog or an item, we can actually search them. So over here at the top, you see that we have 2 different icons. One is the catalog, the other is the asset organizer. So actually we can render the asset organizer here on the side. And as Bort said, we want some yellow bikes. So what we can do here, we can just search for the color yellow. And I get all the images that are tagged with this tag, right? And
if you add further, because it could be a lot of yellow images, so you can also add multiple here. So you can add bikes, for example.
That's true, bikes, and then I kind of narrow down my search to exactly to the things that they want. And then from here we have the well-known kind of way of handling images and like everything in Crystallize with drag and drop. So from here we can just highlight the 2 images or select one of them, select both with shift, kind of the same functionality that we have in the Lightbox. And then from here we'll just drag it and drop it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And of course here you
it's already here, so this one is also already here. Okay, so let me just grab the lemon so I can
so multiple ways to get to an image. You can just find it. Once you find it, you don't have to remember where it was. You just add it to the Lightbox, or you can search either using the sidebar or even in the asset organizer view on let's say in a bigger screen, and then just hit those images you want to reuse and add them to the Lightbox. That's super useful. In terms of the different use cases we've walked through now, I think we're kind of through the list of topics we wanted to discuss today. Hope it has been useful. This is now available. It's been available as a labs feature for quite some time. It's now available for all production tenants in Crystallize. Check it out. Let us know what you think. And if you have any questions, feel free to join our Slack community. You will reach us there. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye.